What's going on, guys? Billy here, and I've decided that I'm not going to be a trainer anymore. At least not a CFI. Let's talk about it. So guys, anyway, last time you seen me, we were headed towards Joplin. We were almost there. We had actually just made a wrong turn and ended up, once you're going to Joplin and you're supposed to get off on 32nd Street, but if you keep going, you got to go like 5 miles down the road, turn around, come back. Anyway, that's what we were doing when I made that last clip of that vlog. And, I've decided not to be a trainer anymore. At CFI anyway. The reason being, I'm not really going to say that it's Eric's fault, because it's not really his fault. I didn't have any kind of particular issue with Eric. He was a good dude. He was a chill dude to hang out with on the truck. He, pretty funny. We didn't have any issues. Personally, I'll get into that in a little bit later on with the truck driving thing. But what my issue is the CFI training department. When I first went in there, I thought it was so cool because they expected so much out of their trainers, and they seemed like they really cared and that they were really engaged and all that stuff. It seemed pretty awesome. And I'm starting to realize that maybe that's because, the supervisor, Shannon, don't have any issues with her. She was amazing. Loved working with her. Very informative. Very good at her job. The issue I have is with, I guess, her department, the training department, which, with my experience with them, have ranged from dismissive to pretty much lazy. And once she left, they really kind of, at least towards me, this may be only my experience, I don't know, but they were standoffish, rude. Just some of the ways they would talk to me, I felt extremely disrespected and almost like I was troubling them. That's it. That's the biggest issue. They treated me like I was a pain in their ass. Like they did not want to do their jobs. Do you know what I mean? That's how it felt. I felt like I was bothering them anytime I needed something. Anytime I called, they were rude. Anytime I showed up, they were rude. And it's like, if you don't have and I say this about shippers and receivers, truck drivers, everybody. If you don't have a passion for your job, if you hate your job, find something else to do. Don't take it out on every other person that comes in there, because all that's going to do is continue the chain of just badness, okay? And we don't need that out here. You know what I mean? Shippers and receivers, they're rude because they had so many truck drivers be mean to them. Truckers are ornery because they've had so many shippers and receivers be mean to them. Or dispatch has had so many drivers cuss them out, so they're a certain kind of way. So they treat drivers a certain way. It's a vicious cycle is what it is. And it's terrible. And I just don't want to deal with that department anymore. But even the ones that weren't particularly rude seemed like they didn't care. They had a waiting area for people so that you couldn't come in their office. They would literally walk right by me without saying anything. I would sit there at the table waiting on them watching them work for 30-something minutes. And they would walk by me a couple times and not say anything to me, which is fine. I get you're busy or whatever. It's just, if that's how you're going to run your operation, you're going to run it without Billy Raines, okay? I'm not going to be a part of that. Was the money good? Yeah, the money was good. Was the extra $200 and something worth what I was doing? Not when you factor in having to live on the truck with another person. So if you factor in living on the truck with another person, with every time I deal with the training department, they're rude to me. No, I don't think the $200 a week was worth it. You may think differently. I mean, you may not agree with that. I personally would rather have a little bit less money and some peace of mind and have some control over my life at all. You know what I mean? I love training. I love helping people. It's one of my favorite things to do. Part of why I got a YouTube channel was so I could help people out doing what I was doing. And all I've ever done is tell my story and share what I got going on. That's it. That's all I've ever cared about doing. Okay? But if you're going to make that harder on me to the point where I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Okay? I would like for somebody to want me to do something more than I would have to be act like I'm pulling teeth to try to get a student. You know what I mean? Have somebody be rude to me. You know what I mean? Treat me like I'm just another number, like they got so much stuff going on. No, man, screw that. I don't want to be involved in that. Okay? Another thing, while me and Eric did get along, training him took a lot out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I think if they would have gave me 100 days with Eric, I don't know if I could have done I don't know what I could have done differently, better, whatever. I mean, I was trying to do the back end a couple times a day. I covered all the material for the written test. And he was really good at driving, for the most part, from on-ramp to off-ramp. I mean, his turns were good. Just a couple issues, you know what I mean? Like, he never turned the engine brake off. I would constantly have to reach over there and turn the engine brake off when we were driving on flat ground. Because I showed him one time that you could control your speed going downhill using the engine brake. So he used it all the time. He couldn't read signs, like, no matter what. Like, the whole time we were together, couldn't read signs. I don't even know how to fix that. It was like if I had an issue with him, I couldn't say anything because he was so defensive and had an excuse for everything. Like, he could not take corrective criticism. Maybe it's because he was an older dude. I don't know. I've never trained anybody that age. I mean, because he was over 50, I think. And maybe he didn't respect me because I'm only in my early 30s. I don't know what was going on. Dude would not take corrective criticism. Anything I would say, he would blow it back on me and basically just call me a shitty trainer. And it was a real weird work environment. I mean, I'm just proud of myself that I made it all the way through it for 25 days. Backing, I tried to explain to him several different ways of backing, and he got okay at it towards the end. The dropping and hooking. The last day, we were at the Kansas City yard, and I about had it, but I knew we were headed to Joplin to drop him off. It took him no less than 14 pull-ups to get hooked to the trailer. There was one time he was literally like 3 inches from clicking onto the kingpin, and he pulled all the way forward, and I don't know what I almost did. I almost lost my shit, and it was hard. I mean, I controlled myself. I tried to ask him, hey man, I go up to him like, hey man, like, what are you thinking here? Like, what do you got going on? Like, you know what I mean? Because he never once got out to look at where he was in relation to the kingpin. And I wanted to tell him, but it was his last day, so I was trying to let him do it. Last couple days, I was trying to let him do everything. Super frustrating. But like I said, that's not why I quit training. That's why I got into training, was to try to help people. I just didn't possess the abilities to help him. I tried, I taught, I used every trick I knew, everything. And like I said, I don't know if it's because he's older or what. He just was not receptive to it. I guess, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Maybe it was something like that. I don't know. But no, that's not why I got out of training. I mean, that's part of it. Um, like I said, he didn't make it particularly hard to be a trainer. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a bad dude to be around. It's just the added stress of having somebody else on the truck and not being able to tell them nothing because they don't hear nothing. He liked to have a lot of stuff on the floor. It's just a lot of stuff. I don't have no problem with Eric, though. Good dude. Probably shouldn't be a truck driver. Flat out. And I told any of my buddies that would listen to me I didn't think he could. But I still did the 25 days. I tried to get him as ready as I could. But he failed to upgrade. He didn't upgrade. They fired him. And I can't help but think that's pretty much my fault. All the way. Full stop. That's my fault. And that's probably another reason I shouldn't be a trainer anymore. If they give me 25 days to get somebody ready to upgrade and they can't upgrade, I probably shouldn't be a trainer. Everybody out there was right. I was wrong. I shouldn't have been a trainer. But that's pretty much it, right? I thought they were really rude to me. And this was before he ever failed the thing. So it wasn't because of that. But it's also the added bonus that this is the first time I've ever failed as being a trainer. I've never once had somebody not upgrade or have trouble like that. And I take full responsibility, but I can't help but think, like, the stuff he did is just stuff you can't do. From what I understand, he had a sign when he was doing his driving evaluation. He never did that while he was on the truck with me. He never had any issues like that. Maybe he was nervous. He ran over a curb when he was back into the dock for the test. They had a backing part and he stopped too far back. I don't know. These are just the things he told me. But yeah, I mean, I guess having the desire to be a trainer isn't enough. You know, I don't know if I'll ever be ready to be a trainer again. I don't know. This is kind of a sour taste in my mouth because like I said, I've never failed at it. I failed at this. This time I messed up. I failed. He didn't pass. He got fired because I didn't train him good. I didn't get him to where he needed to be. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But anyway, guys, that's going to about do it for this video. Sorry if it's kind of a downer video. It is what it is. I don't know what else to say. I failed at being a trainer, but believe me, I'm not going to try to do it anymore, at least not for a while. You guys can go down in the comments and tell me you told me so. I shouldn't have been a trainer. I've only got 2 years experience. Yada, yada, yada. I'm expecting it. But I do appreciate y'all tuning in. Check out the stuff down in the description. It's some pretty good stuff. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.